Hello, thank you everybody. I have the honor to, at this moment, I can conversate and I can talk with you about a geopark in Iran. My name is Esmail ELAPHOUR, a faculty member in Payamenoor University of Birjand, Iran. And my field of interest is geology, and I'm working on geochemistry of volcanic rocks, and I like to continue and to focus on the relation between volcanic rocks and volcanic eruptions, and volcanism and tectonics, and also geodynamics. So the title of the presentation is Tabas as a mind-driven geopark in central east of Iran. So this scenery that you can see, it's a view of winter in Tabas. In fact, on the other hand, I am hosting you in Tabas during winter because this other part of the country is located in northern hemisphere. Also here is winter, and you can see a photo of the Tabas area. So Tabas is here in central east of Iran. It's located in southern Khorasan province, and I've written really it's a very beautiful city with population more than 40,000 people. And then in the below map, you can see the fault skeleton of Iran. So as you can see, we have a lot of big, long, and as I think, active faults in Iran. So because Iran is located in the middle part of Alpine Himalayan orogenic belt. Tabas is, in this map, you can see the location of Tabas as a star. So it's just close to the main fault of Neuban with the name of Neuban here. And here, this fault is divided the area into two geostructural blocks. Lut from the eastern part, and the Tabas block west. So Tabas block is a small part of Iranian microcontinent. So here again, I would like to say this is very active fault, especially its branch that I can say, and I will say something about the movement along its branch. So another picture is a satellite photo of the middle part of Neuband fault. So we can see the direction of Neuband fault here, and also the very beautiful scenery of central Iran. We can see here. So at the left side of the fault direction, you can see, for example, sand ocean, and also the continue of the Great Career and the formation named by Dak in central Iran. So I would like to say that from tectonics point of view, Neuband is a dextral north-south slip fault with a length of 600 hundreds of kilometers. And as I told you before, we had a lot of terrible earthquakes along the fault and its branch during, especially during the historical periods. This one is something about an introduction about a paper related to Neuwand fault. I've been for 2 consecutive semesters in France, University of Clermont-Auvergne, for my sabbatical leave in 2018, and we were working on geodynamics of Neuwand and volcanic eruptions along this fault. So you can see the names of my colleagues. We were François Nouret, Etienne Medard, Mohamed Ben Bakar, Gabriel Koenig, and under the supervision of Benjamin Van Weyck de Vries. The paper is published in Volcanica Journal. Here you can see its information, and the name was The Petrogenesis and Geochemistry of Tabas Blackland Volcanic Field. Implications for volcanic activity along the Neuwand fault east of Iran. It accepted as a very new and I think nice work for academic society. So I would like to continue, continue to Tabas and Neuwand. So here you can see 2 photos of destroyed city of Tabas after a terrible earthquake. Here I've written that Tabas is a city that was very beautiful and really full of ancient and historical buildings, approximately completely destroyed in the terrible earthquake of September 16, 1978. And unfortunately, it destroyed the city completely and destroyed a lot of historical and ancient remnants. So about the magnitude of the earthquake, I've written here the shock measured 7.4 on the moment magnitude scale, and unfortunately more than 20,000 people were killed. But fortunately, the earthquake could not destroy its natural and geological attractions. And I would like to add that Tabas Geopark is well known and very familiar for Iranian different societies, at the same as academic and tourism society. So they know it as a paradise of geology in Iran, and it's very famous as a more and most interesting national geopark in Iran, and it's going to approve as an international geopark now. I think it's on the last stage for this purpose. Let me to read my slide and continue that in Tabas, as a unique geopark, you can see an astonishing variety of geological attractions. The very important thing that this one is that 400 million years continuous sequence here we have Birjand until now, without the slightest time lag, and amazing colors, faults, and etc. So we have another satellite satellite photo, and we can see amazing folds and colors. This location is located in a western area of Tabas city, and it's very, really very beautiful. Of course, having a lot of economic reserves. Also, you can see something like we, 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 we say it or we know it as the small scale of Grand Canyon in the United States because you can see we have a lot of such as these valleys and canyons around Tabas. And this one is well known as in Iranian language, Kale Jenny or Kale Sardar, and I can translate it as Jenny Valley or Jenny or Sardar Valley. And it's better meaning I can say, I would prefer to say Jenny Gali and Sardar Gali, you have them in this area. So really it's very beautiful place because we have a company of cold and hot geothermal springs here in this valley. This is very important from geotourism point of view. Let me to continue with 4 photos of the attractions around Tabas. So upper right of the slide, you can see an amazing a company of sour orange and palm, because especially during winter, this is I can show this picture as the to show the climatological condition in Tabas during winter. So this is what the Iranian people, a lot of Iranian people like to travel to Tabas during winter and to experience a new condition during this cold season. At the upper left side, you can see again a photo of a very exciting and very beautiful fold there in the desert around Tabas. So the local name of this structure is God's Eye. And the problem is that we have a lot of structures like this around Tabas, and this one is the reason that, as I told you, this location and Tabas is going to approve as an international Geopark. Lower right side or lower right part of the slide, you can see a remnant of a village remained from the terrible earthquakes that I mentioned it before. So in my mind, as I think, this is a very beautiful place to visit. The location is approximately 70 kilometers east side of Tabas, between Tabas and Birjand. And then after earthquake, the habitants encouraged to change the position of village, and you can see this position as the same as I'm showing for you. So the another photo is special to show the huge capacity of Tabas from economic and mining point of view, because we have huge reserves and remarkable reserves of mines, especially coal around Tabas. The city is well known for this capacity. So, but you know, I am a geologist, and I am trying to speak about the geological aspects of Tabas as a geopark. I focused on mineral reserves of Tabas because I told you I am a geologist and approximately I am a specialist in this knowledge and branch of knowledge. So Tabas has a special position in Iran in terms of mineral reserves. And there are more than 45 types of minerals in the city. And I tried to list the main and important and more important kinds of these mineral reserves. So the most important of these minerals are here, and I got them from the Tabas Mines Department report published in 2017. So about the coal, it's very important, as I told you before, from this kind of mineral reserves, because we have more than 70% of Iran's coal reserve here in Tabas, and I think a lot of reserve is not well known yet. So another that I can list, and I have listed them here, are fluorite, barite, potash, kaolin, refractory clay, ironstone, bauxite, and laterite. You can see we have a lot of mineral reserves and kind of minerals here in Tabas city. So also dolomite, marble, feldspar, bentonite, silicon, celestine, copper, lead, and zinc. But I checked the references, and I saw these references is more useful for me. I would like to read them in brief. Bruschi et al. 2011, a statistical approach to the validation and optimization of geoheritage assessment procedure. And the case study was located in Malta. And then Fasolas and et al. 2012, quantitative assessment of geotopes as an effective tool for geoheritage management. It did activity in Greece. And Violet et al., or no, Violet and Serp in 2011, geomorphological heritage of the Pyrenees National Park, assessment, clustering, and promotion of geomorphosites in France. And Wojcik et al., okay, 2011 preliminary geosite assessment model and its application on Frasca Mountain, potential geotourism destination of Serbia in Serbia. I got some information about from Fasolos paper and some Iranians who used this. Fasolos 2012 has applied a suitable method to evaluate the capabilities of geotourism and quantitative assessment of the geological heritage. I summarized the data in the manner as you can see in this slide. In this method, for a geosite, a score is considered for indicators such as scientific value, ecological aspect, cultural point of view, aesthetics, economic importance, application potential, and other like integrity and geological importance. And according to these indicators, we should calculate three numerical indexes: tourism, educational, and protection. So then he has introduced three equations. The value of education is equal to 0.4 scientific plus 0.2 cultural plus 0.2 aesthetic plus 0.2 ecologic indicator. And the value of 2 is equal to 0.4 aesthetics plus 0.2 cultural plus 0.2 application potential plus 0.2 economic indicator. And the last one is the value of protection. It's equal to scientific value plus efficacy factor of ecology plus parenthesis 11 minus integrity, and then you have to close the parenthesis, all divided by 3. So then Geopark 2019 examined these equations in Tabas Geopark, and she has tried this method on mineral geosites of Tabas. And then I am showing the results gained by Geopark. So we have output as the value of education in the almost Tabas geosites is equal 14 to 21.1, and the value of tourism is equal to 14.8 to 16.9, and the value of protection is 15.3 to 16.3, all extracted from 26. So let me continue with conclusions. Tabas mineral geosites have suitable conditions in terms of scientific value, aesthetics, and landscape point of view. They need to be strengthened in terms of protection and infrastructure indicators. And Tabas Geopark should be introduced to the world as one of the most unique mine-driven geopark. And let me to continue with 4 photos of some geosites here, because as you saw, I tried to have an introduction to Tabas Geopark, and we can continue, we can speak more about the another aspects of this geopark. So in the upper right side of the slide, you can see a quarry of potash mine, Tabas area that you can see. I think we have a lot of such as this mine around the city. And then another one in upper left side of the slide is mining facilities for one of the most important miners of coal around the city. And I can see we have a lot of such as these facilities around the city, and you can see the area as the same as one industrial town because of having a lot of coal quarries. So in the lower right part of the slide, you can see the activities for extracting lead and zinc around the city. And the last photo is deal with a lot of building a stone mine we have around this city, at the same as marble, at the same as travertine, and the same as dolomite, even at the same as sharp and I think very white and suitable mine of limestone. So as I told you, I trying to present an introduction about the Tabas, and we can continue in the appropriate sessions later to introduce another aspect of this very beautiful geopark in Iran. Many thanks, everyone, for your attention.
Thank you very much. It was a great presentation, and I really wish to go there. I had me a first question, and it was, does it exist special rules to have a balance between the mineral extraction, the conservation of the natural aspect in Tabas?
Yes, yes. Yes, city or the county is very big. I forgot to say that the extent of county is more than 55,000 square kilometers. And for some cases, we have suitable roads, but for very far mine locations and sites, we can go through approximately suitable road, but not very, very suitable.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
We have a question from Mine Alkali.
Yeah.
Alakali, sorry. Mina, do you want to speak, or shall I ask it for you?
You can do it if you want, no problem.
I'll do it then. It says, is geothermal resources within the Tabas region being consumed on any purpose? If so, what kind of geothermal resource? Are there temperatures of the springs you can give? And thanks for the nice presentation in advance. Esmail? Oh, hello, Mina. Sorry, I spoke for you.
No, it doesn't matter. Thank you very much. Thank you. It doesn't matter. In his presentation, he told that they had some geothermal springs or resources within the Tabas area. Am I right?
Yes.
I wonder about the temperatures and properties of those hot waters. And are they being consumed? Is there any facilities around that geothermal resources within Tabas area? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, especially for that geothermal springs, we had suitable roads. And as I told during the presentation, these locations are very well known for geotourists and geotourists. And we have a lot of geotourists there to use of geothermal springs. And I think we have a lot of such as these locations in Tabas area and other parts of the state.
Are they being consumed for spa, balneological?
Again, please, I don't have your sound.
Are they being used for balneological? Are they being used for balneological purposes?
Biological.
Hammam or spa?
For health?
Spas. Yep.
Yes.
Balneological, yes.
Yes, of course, of course.
Do you have any knowledge about the temperatures? Approximately,
Yes.
approximately, let's say.
Yes, approximately temperature is around between 26 and 15 centigrade degrees. But I know about one of these cases, temperature is about 30 centigrade degrees.
Thank you very much.
Esmail, I have a question. I think it's very interesting, the idea of mining driving a geopark. Is it possible to have access to the mines, at least in part, where you could have a geosite prepared by the mine that people could visit, even if they don't visit the working mine? So if each mine could prepare a geosite in its rehabilitation plan, that would be very useful.
Yes, yes. I pointed that the area is going to approve as an international, maybe you know also, international geopark, and they know that which positions are more interesting for the people and for the scientists to approve it. And then they tried to maintain and to make and to build suitable roads between the geosites. Approximately, we have the suitable roads between all of these geosites and the most important mines.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.